Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel. I'm Katrina.
I'm Charles.
And this is KatrinaandCharlesTV. Alright guys, so in today's video we are doing a review of Breathless Riviera Maya, Cancun, in Cancun, Mexico, which is where we just spent the last 6 days.
In fact, we're here right now filming our review of this resort.
Yes, and we want to share our experience with you guys and also just kind of give you an opinion just in case you all are also looking to go. So we did actually travel to Mexico the day after Thanksgiving in the middle of a pandemic. And that was a different type of travel for us because you had to take, you know, safety precautions. And I do feel like this resort did a great job at doing so. My initial review just walking in day one was that the resort was really pretty. I always think the resorts are pretty anyway, but the resort was really pretty. The color scheme was everything, but you could definitely tell that this was going to be.
It's a party resort for real. Like, if you're a person that's not up for banging loud music at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I'll just let you know right now this resort is probably not for you.
Now the good thing is this resort is a dual resort, so there's one side of the resort that's Secrets Riviera Maya, and then the other side that's Breathless. Just for those of you who are actually trying to make a decision on where to go, Breathless is the side that is literally, especially on the weekends, the music is on and beating until about a good 4 o'clock in the morning. The other side, which is the secret side, is the more calm, relaxing side, and so they do come over here on this side because we share restaurants, but they that's where you go if you want to sleep.
Just so you're aware, like literally Secrets and Breathless literally share the same property.
It's one resort, so it's one property, yeah. So if you don't know whether to stay at Breathless or Secrets, really just based off what you want. Do you want to hear music all night or do you want to rest? If you want to rest and chill and relax and like party during the day, stay at Secrets and then come over here to Breathless to party and then go home at night and sleep. If you want to be the partier and party all night, then Breathless is definitely the location for you. Keep that in mind because that's something that we did not know. Doesn't knock any points off for the resort itself because it's a party resort. It is what it is. What capacity are we at?
I think it's at 40%. It doesn't really feel like that though, but I think it's because we're here in the middle of the week too.
Yeah, but even over the weekend, it was just very, like, even right now I'm looking at the pool. You know the cabanas that you can get at pools, and then like the pits, all the pits are still open. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. Like if we were here like in July or something like that when it's capacity, then I think it'd be a lot of people here. But it's only, even during the high time, it's only 40% capacity. Yeah. And like I said, right now it's probably even less than that right now because it's today's Wednesday, right?
Today is Wednesday.
Yeah. Yes. So it's a Wednesday. Not many people go on a resort in the middle of the week, so it's even lower than that right now. I'm pretty sure. So.
Now I will say when you first booked your resort, you do have to book a transfer. So we booked a private transfer. Yep. We did the luxury one, so we did the Escalade, where it's just him and I in a car together. Takes you straight to your resort. The resort is about 20 minutes away from the airport. Right. We booked that directly through Breathless website. We used Amstar, and we also have them going back. The day we got here, we got a letter that said we needed to go in the very next morning and book our return. But I think that's because
just confirm it, right?
Yeah, we just had to confirm the return because we had already booked it. So keep that in mind too, and they'll remind you. They'll send you a little reminder. There is a gift shop on site, and I wanted to go off the resort to get gifts or whatever from the gift shop for the girls, but it was not necessary because their gift shop is actually well stocked.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a little overpriced, but for the convenience of it being right there, I'll pay for the extra for the convenience of it being right here and not having to go anywhere else. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah. How many restaurants?
It's got to be like 6 or 7, right?
Yeah, I think there were 7 restaurants.
One of them was closed. What's it called?
The Picante. It's a Mexican restaurant.
That was closed.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a couple of other small like bar type restaurants that are not open right now.
So we had there's the coffee shop, which is called the Nook Cafe. That's 24 hours, so you can get sandwiches, pastries, coffee, ice cream, sherbets, all that from there. There is Bites, which is 2-in-1 restaurant, so it's called Bites and the Strip. During the day it's called Bites, where you can go get tapas and like little sandwiches and actual meals there as well. And then that same spot turns into what they call the Strip, which is the steakhouse. At night there is Spumante, which is the Italian restaurant. There is Coquette or Coquette, I don't know what that is. Coquette, that was a French restaurant. Right. There's Spoon, which is where we would have our breakfast at, and then they also have
casual lunch there too. I think they have Silk City, which is the Pan Asian. It's where they have the hibachi at, but they also have regular dining there too.
Yeah, where they have like the sushi side of things.
Right. So Silk City is the only one that you have to have a reservation for because it is, the hibachi side. You have to have a reservation for it because they have limited seating there.
They have 2 time slots. They have a 6:40 time slot and a 10 o'clock time slot.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it'll fill up pretty fast. So they say you get there at about 3 o'clock to book that, and then that's
you can
pretty
only
much
do the
it.
same day reservation. So the day you want to go is the day you can reserve it for.
Yeah. As far as our room is concerned on the resort, we did of course get the swim out, which I personally would probably book this again. I actually like the option to have the pool right there if I don't want to go to one of the main pools, which they have 2 main pools on this resort. If you want to include secrets, it's 3. 2 heated pools.
Yeah.
1 regular infinity pool, and then they have like a jacuzzi. Right?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
My favorite pool thus far was the heated pool.
It was like a big jacuzzi.
Yeah, it looked like a big jacuzzi, but it's not really. It's not hot. It's just like warm. Because the ones that aren't heated, we're here in November. I mean, it's still warm here, but not pool weather warm. It's probably in the high 70s, low 80s probably.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds hot, but like the water's
not for the water.
Cool, yeah. So if you're getting in the pools that's not heated, it's not terribly bad once you get your body acclimated to it. But to start out with, yeah, it's pretty dang cold.
Another thing to keep in mind is we are here during a global pandemic. So everything is not at full capacity. So I didn't feel unsafe at any point in the trip. We did mask up the entire time and sanitize our own sanitizer, and there are sanitizing and sanitization spots throughout the entire resort. Also, it does rain here, so they do have spots. I think it rained twice while we were here, but it's not like all day rain. It's a sporadic rain. So they do have umbrellas just placed sporadically again throughout the resorts as well. So if it does rain and if you're in the water, it probably won't matter. But if you're trying to walk to somewhere right outside of your room in the hallways, there's always going to be umbrella spots and umbrella stations. So keep that in mind as well. The beach. When we went to our last resort, which was Secrets Punta Cana, there was terrible seaweed, and I believe we learned our lesson that there is a certain time where the seaweed is high. It's something that they just can't control. But here we actually came after the seaweed like had disappeared. So we actually had a nice beach here. The water is not as crystal clear as some parts of Mexico. Like I think in Tulum, their water was clear.
Really clear?
It was really clear.
Yeah, ours is just kind of like a darker brown. Yeah, we went in there a couple times. I tried to look under there. You can't really see very far.
Yeah.
Like you can like when we were in Jamaica and stuff like that. I mean, those waters are like crystal clear.
Yeah.
This is not that.
If you go out further, of course it'll be clear. But towards the front, it's the reflection of the sand. Keep in mind though, at this resort, there are people who will be on the resort or on the beach trying to sell you stuff.
They don't really work with the resort.
They don't work with the resort. They hop.
That kind of skim the beach looking for people to buy stuff. So,
so
you know, if you just tell them no, they'll leave it alone. They haven't had any issues with them or anything.
Another thing they did have here, which they have on most resorts, is where you can go and book excursions. There is an excursions desk. All of the excursions that you can book for now, I don't know if it's because of what's going on in the world, but they're not on the resort, so there's no water sports here right now.
Yeah, they don't even have any. They don't even have a desk. The desk is there, but there's nobody there. It's not staffed or anything.
No, it's somebody over there right now.
Oh, is it?
I think one guy was gonna do jet skiing, and it was like a 30-minute drive off of the resort to get there.
Which honestly though, because of how dark the water is, it's probably a good thing. Maybe they're taking them to a more clear location, especially for
snorkeling.
Snorkeling, yeah. I mean, you can snorkel in the water, but you wouldn't be able to see much of anything because it's just too dark.
As far as shows are concerned, there was literally a show every single night. We didn't go to them just because we wanted to make sure that we were keeping our distance and just either staying with the people in our group. But they did have shows every night, and every day they do a really good job of setting up like the first night we got here, they had like a neon night, but they had like a Roman night. Yeah.
Tonight they were starting to set up for whatever's going on tonight. They haven't finished setting up yet, so we don't know what it is.
But again, although we didn't partake, you guys, they moved everything from their building, which is called the Showstopper, which I'm assuming that's where normally the shows would typically be. I'm sure, yeah. But because of what's going on in the world, they brought everything outside, and I think that was a great idea for them to do that. And again, we're not at 100% capacity. We're at about 30 to 40%. So there was not even a lot of people out there from what we could see. But no, they still tried to put on a good show, whether they were at 100% capacity or 30% capacity. I feel like they did a great job at still, doing the show.
I feel like they've done about as good as they can do considering the circumstances.
Yes, I agree. The guys also found it's not a sports bar, but they were able to go watch the football games.
Yeah, we were here and one of the Chiefs games came on while we were here. Of course, we had to watch that. So we found a spot. They let us turn the TV on, and come to find out, the game was actually being shown in the room. We just didn't know before.
Okay.
So we did end up watching the rest of it in the room. So
there is room service as well. The room service menu is limited, but there is room service for you.
It's from 7 in the morning till 11 at night. Is that right? So it's not 24 hours, but it's enough time.
And the food was actually surprisingly really good. Surprisingly, like especially even in the spoon part, like the buffet area part where we could not self-serve. So they had to serve us our food. It was buffet style, but they had their blockers up around everything, and then they were serving the food to us. That food was even surprisingly good.
Yeah, I guess that was a good thing to mention too, like serving us and not being able to, we couldn't touch over everything.
Yeah,
so they limited the amount of hands that were on stuff. So. And
before you walk into every restaurant, there is like 2 pads that you clean your shoe off. So you step on it, you clean your shoe off, and then you dry it off on the next one. So they're doing everything they can to like make sure that things stay sanitized. Again, this to me was a great resort. You just have to pick and choose if you want to do party or relax, and you can get both that in this one resort. Any cons for you?
The one con for me was the fact that they do serve you as far as the buffet is concerned. I realized that is the safer option to go, but the downside to that is that everything moves slower because they don't have, the staffing is not a lot, especially when you have 3 or 4 people waiting in line to get something. So it can move a lot slower than it normally would if you were serving yourself. But other than that, it was fine. I didn't have any problems with it.
And I think for me, would be housekeeping.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Listen, housekeeping does not come the way you would want them to or the way you're used to. I don't know if that has to do with what's happening right now, but you would think it would be a little bit easier since they're only at 30 to 40% capacity. There would be times when our housekeeper wouldn't come until 7 o'clock in the evening, or we would be gone all day and our rooms would not be touched and or cleaned. Again, I don't know about you guys. I've seen people say before, clean it up yourself, but you pay for these resorts. This is what comes with it, so you do want that to be done. We could always call up there and have them come clean out the pool or clean the room, but housekeeping is very slow here to get everything done. They did keep the refrigerator stocked though.
Oh yeah, the bar guy came through every day on time and stocked it up, so he did a good job doing that. This resort, they do have a bar in the room in the refrigerator. It has sodas, sparkling water, orange juice, and cervezas. Coronas. It does not carry liquor in the bar. I know some people may have thought that, but not at this resort. There's no liquor.
No liquor.
But you can get liquor at the bars. So you can still get liquor. It's just not in your room.
Yeah. All in all, though, you guys, I actually enjoyed this resort. We had a really good time. Not gonna lie, for that first night, I was a little shocked at how loud the music was. But then I realized that this is just the party side, and we didn't know that. So, if you guys, heads up, that is very important for your decision to stay somewhere. When I tell you that it is loud, it's loud until, and I'm not over exaggerating, 4 a.m. on the weekends and at about midnight to 1 on the weekdays.
Yeah, it hasn't been. Now I'm a heavy sleeper, so it didn't bother me at all. But I know you're really like sleeping.
I am, but I did. I knew that this is something I was gonna have to do it for 6 days, so 5 nights, 6 days. So what I did is I put my AirPods in and I put them on the noise cancellation mode, and it was fine. It was completely fine. So if you have AirPods and you don't have earplugs, you can use your AirPods as noise cancellation.
Multiple bars throughout the property, so you can always get your alcohol if you need it.
Multiple bars.
And when you're in the pools, they do have the waiters, whatever you call them, that will come around to take drink orders if you want. They're pretty good about doing that as well. Yeah, people were really nice. I think the service was great here. We didn't have any issues, any problems. Again, I was one of the people that I was scared to come during the middle of a pandemic, but when I got here, all that was eased because I feel like they just did such a great job at making sure they didn't overpack and overcrowd the resort, and just providing those sanitization options. And then we are also, of course, we wore our masks the entire time we were here. One time we took our mask off was when we were kind of like outdoors with ourselves, or eating our food. I was surprised, and this is not the resort's fault, I don't think, but I do know that like my in-laws went to a resort and it was a requirement that they wear masks.
there's no requirement here, and I was surprised at the amount of people that did not wear a mask. I will say when you put a mask on, they do look at you like you're crazy, but it is what it is. This one makes me most comfortable. If they're comfortable without, fine, but this resort does not require masks for their guests, but every employee that works at the resort had a mask on at all times.
They all did. Yeah, all times they had one on. So
at all times, yes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed and or appreciated this room review of Breathless Riviera Cancun, Riviera Maya Cancun. /secrets. It's all the same. If you found this video helpful, comment down below. If there's something that you may have wanted an answer to that we did not answer about the resort or just traveling through a pandemic, put the question in the comment section down below and we will respond to that, just in case we skipped over something, which I'm pretty sure we did. But we try to cover as much stuff as we possibly could. If you're not subscribed to our channel, do so now. If you are subscribed but you have not hit the notification bell, hit the notification bell so you're notified every time we upload a video. In the meantime, in between time, till the next time, bye.